There's a thing about girl power, and I remember when I was a little girl, I was just kind of because all the, I'd see all the girls and they just go, eh. And so with the girl power stuff, it was just kind of, or when they have a problem, they always have to talk about it because I need to talk about it because it helps me. And to me, I'm like, well, it don't help me none. She knew that we were going through that, and she was just kind of like, no, I don't care. Like, it's all about me, And that's what a lot of women are like, is it's all about me. The man has to take care of me, and if I don't feel that he's doing that and doing his job correctly, then I'm gonna just, yell and scream and not have any logic whatsoever, not have any sense, and so when the man does try to like, honey, can we sit down on this, and it's just like, no, and she just absolutely refuses, and so and then they play the victim, like, oh, I never get what I want and all that stuff, and then the guy, of course, they can't really have an argument about that because they're just kind of like, I don't know, that was the other thing that was so weird, and I see that a lot in women too, especially no, it's just women in general. Nobody appreciates me. Nobody appreciates all that I do. Nobody notices that I clean the dishes, or nobody notices that I clean the house. It's just like, that's your job. I'm not gonna go, wow, great job, Joe, welding that pipe. Great job. Wow, keep it up. I'm not gonna do that. I do not get that, where one side completely demonizes another side because that they're different, and men, they always like compliment their women and stuff. Like sometimes they're just like a women, am I right, guys? But women, ooh, there's something about women that are against men. There's something more to that. Yeah, like, yeah, there are some men that believe that women are legitimately inferior physically and mentally and all that, so then therefore they could treat them like shit. I get that. Hate to break it to you, but the majority of men don't really feel that way. Equality almost always starts out with, we are just as good, if not better. And then it becomes, we are better. And so women completely diss men and everything. And when they raise their own boys and stuff, they completely feminize them, and so that's why with my generation, you see a lot of guys, they're complete girls. Now there's some assholes that, yeah, they oh, she can't handle this. It's just like, because she's a woman, but I mean, that, whatever. Like, you could ignore assholes. I mean, they're literally assholes, and that's men and women. When we'd have girls' night, they all had the same kids. Like, they're all bratty and blah, 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 and oh, my kids did this and then, oh, my kids are the same way and stuff like that. And, like, make up stories and stuff. And it was like to fit in, A lot more girls are like that, too. Like, they will completely throw you under the bus just so that they can fit in. So much more gossipy in the sense of, oh yeah, fuck her, and then, but continue to be friends with her, Like, that's weird. When a guy does that to a dude, they're like, oh, fuck him. They're not friends with them. That's the other difference. I'm not saying all women are like that. I'm not saying all men are like that. I'm just saying the majority, from my observation, all 28 years of life, that's just observing. Now, back to the girls' night, whenever a man would come in, they're just like, oh, and the man was just kind of like, oh, like, and shimmy away. And women are like, can you believe him? Oh my god. And then just completely diss him. Oh, I can't do anything because he has the penis and I don't, and just like, again, penis envy and stuff like that. And I mean, when really it was just because he was more qualified for the job or physically capable of doing things. And I never liked being around women because they were so, like, you don't know how they really are, like, again, with the girls' night, they're also friendly to you because you're a fellow woman. When a man comes in, they're just like, oh, can't believe he's in here. When I'm with guys and everything, and their wife walks in, hey honey, and none of that, and then they walk out, and sometimes they're all like, hell yeah, but it's more complimentary than like dissing, you know. That's why I do hang out with guys a whole lot more. It's because it's just like you tend to know where they stand. If they say something, they're usually act upon it. You know, they usually are what they say they are. Women, oh yeah, I'm this and that, and then they're just they never are. Almost never are. Again, guys can be that way, but like I said before, it's girly. They come across as girls when they're so like he's being mean to me, and completely demonize this other person and make shit up about them so that they could justify, you know, demonizing them and then play the victim and everything. I mean, yeah, men can do that too, but it's girly. Girls do it, it's normal. But see, that's the thing. Why is it normal? And so it was funny when I was like little. I was in elementary school. I was just like hang out with the guys. I dress up like the guys, and I told my mom, I want my haircut to be just like my friends. And she's like, you're a girl. And she'd always just like, gosh, stop trying to be like a man, you know. And I'm like, I'm not. When you're younger and stuff, you look up to people. I looked up to my dad and my upa. I copied their mannerisms and stuff like that too. I mean, that's what you do when you're like 2. And I don't know any better, you know. I didn't know between men and women, you know. Obviously, my mom had boobs and dad didn't, you know. And I noticed that some of them did have boobs. So I'm just kind of like, is that like and you know, you get those things where it's just like, oh, it must be this way. And then later on you go, oh, it's not, you know. But I mean, you still kind of have to get used to it. So me, I was just like, yeah, I'm a boy. But my mom and dad, they were all like, no, you're not. I'm like, well, I know I'm not. It's just, I'm a boy. Like, and I didn't know how to explain that. Like, I knew physically I wasn't. I wasn't like the girls, is what I mean. All the girls liked hair and makeup and shit. And then they all talk like this. And oh my god. Me and the boys would always go, girls, ugh. And there was a difference, like total difference between girls and boys, and we all knew it. And so here I was, the only girl who hung out with the boys, just a tomboy. I was a tomboy. I didn't like girls. I never liked girls, and to this day I don't like women, because every time I meet one, I'm like, she seems nice, but I know deep down they're probably going to be just like all the other ones I've met. Granted, I do understand that not all women are like that, but the majority of them I've met have all been that way. Same thing with authority figures. I always had bad luck with authority figures, especially policemen, where they're like way more threatening toward me. I don't know why. I don't know why this is a thing. I always got in trouble in elementary school from my teachers and my principal and everything. I'd always get in trouble. Every day I'd be in the principal's office. I don't know why. Like, people just didn't like me, I guess. I don't know. When a police officer would come and say, hi, Mr. Police Officer, and then they're just like basically pointing their gun at me, and I'm just like, that was always me with authority figure. But women, same thing. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. The majority of authority that I've experienced has never been good. And so therefore, whenever I do see one, I just kind of get tense, but still treat them like a normal human being. Hi, officer, how are you? And if they're an asshole, like usually, then I'm like, because people are people. That's the thing. People are people. Individuals are individuals. It just happen to be, every single woman I meet happens to be a total, like, crazy, a nut job, like just psycho, very narcissistic, like they're always. And when women are like that, they are the worst. They're never wrong, they're always the victim, they'll always put you down. The majority of women I've met have always been that way, one way or the other, whether they be totally pleasant about it or they're just like total bitch about it, you know. Which I'd rather than be a bitch, so I could just go, okay, have a nice day. If they're really sweet about it, you're just kind of, I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but thank you. That's the thing, you don't know what to expect. And I don't like that in people in general. But the most women that I've known, You never know what to expect with them. You never know what to expect. Oh, are they gonna be a bitch today, or like, are they gonna be sweet? And then they use their periods as a excuse. Oh, we bleed out of there, and I get a headache, and I get cramps really bad. It's so debilitating. I'm so tired, and of course maybe I'm gonna be a little bitchy. No, they go all out, and then they go, sorry, babe, I'm on the rag. And you're just like, really? Didn't notice, you know? And I hate that because, like, and you can feel it too. Men are like it too. Some days you wake up going, for some reason, am a little peeved today, and I don't know why. Now, that could just be at any time for girls. You don't have to be on your period. It's just like you could just wake up that way. But the majority of times it is on your period because of the hormones and stuff. Sometimes hormones just get out of whack and that's what happens. But you could feel that. You could feel this. Like, I don't feel quite right today. Do not act upon your emotions. Women act upon their emotions. And I hate that. Because you're just like, if you're angry, stay away from people. And if you can't help that, keep your mouth shut. And if you can't help that, don't know what to do. Like, practice that, you know? If you work at customer service, breathe, dude. Something says something that irks you, which, granted, it's customer service. But you just go, and then you talk. But no, they automatically just like, you know what? I don't feel good today, so no one's gonna feel good today. And that's the whole quirky, happy wife, happy life type of thing. I just hate that. If I ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And you know, that's quirky, that's fun. It's not fun when you're living it. Like, when I'm having a bad day, I don't put it on anybody else. I'm just like, man, I'm in a funk and I don't know why. A lot of the women I know, they're just like, I'm just having a bad day, and then they're like throwing pots and pans everywhere, crashing everything, making all this noise, and just screaming about everything, and you're just like, whoa, okay, chill. You can't say that. I've made the mistake of doing that when you're like, can you chill, please? And they change. And you're just like, what are you doing? There's some hotheads like Sonny Corleone where he's just like, but to me that's like I said, it's kind of feminine in a way. He's living off of his emotions, and you're just kind of like, it's not very manly, dude. Michael is very manly because he keeps to himself. He's very reserved, and he doesn't let anybody know what he's thinking. That's very manly to me. Are most men like that? No, but a lot of them, yeah, that's what men are, is they keep to themselves, and if they're having a bad day, they're having a bad day. They don't let anybody else know about it, or, yeah, and we all have bad days and everything, cool. But I'm just kind of like, having a bad day, and I'm just not going to say anything. Because my mom told me, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Instead of saying anything, I'm just going to go, or just look at someone like, are you done? That's it. That's all I do. No, all the other chicks, no, they let you have it. They let you know, I'm in a bad mood today. Leave me alone. And then that gives them an excuse to, honey, can you go get this and that for me? And if you don't, then they go, oh my god, I'm never appreciated. And it's just that whole cycle again.